Hello everybody, what's up? Andy here from Glass Half Dead, and today we have ourselves an honest to goodness genuine leak, and I think this might actually be the first legit leak of this type we've ever had in Kill Team. So it's super hype. We're going to talk about it, we're going to have a look at what it is, what it may tell us about, and all that good stuff. You can see it behind me, don't worry, I'll move myself out of the way and we can break it down. I also have a, you see it's in Spanish, I don't speak a word of that, so I also have an English version that's gone through Google Translate. Thank you for the people on my Discord for doing that for me. This came from Reddit. Let's talk about it. Okay, first things first, is it real? Let's just start with that. You can see what's behind me, right? These two here. I know as much as you know. Is this a real leak? We don't know. There's no way for us to know. It feels like this would be a lot of effort to Photoshop together, but they could have done it. Why not? Maybe this is the coveted Warhammer legal leak where they're trying to find out who's leaking stuff, and so they send different things to different people. And clearly this has come from Spain. We can assume, and again we have no clue, but we can assume it probably came from translators or printers, and then that could be tracked down somehow, etc, etc, or some firm will lose their job because of it. Cool. Is there anything else? I don't really know if this is existing artwork that was just photoshopped on. It's possible. I'm not overly familiar with the Raptor and Sisters of Battle artwork that is currently existing. I can certainly say some of the symbols are new, and that's cool, and they do look well done, so cool. All right, I want to talk about quickly what this type of leak is. If you've been following Kill Team for a while, we get leaks from Valrak, and that's it. Nobody else has any Kill Team leaks. We've never, and of course Valrak, in the way that he does, we never get media. He simply says this is what is coming. We have never had a full screenshot before of a book or anything like that. Even now, I guess that could also be asked about legitimacy. But this is our first screenshot of a leak. And it really raises the question, why is this all we got? Because honestly, this isn't a leak, this is a teaser. This is something GW should be putting out for us to get us hyped for the game. Why don't they? It's so bizarre that GW doesn't want to hype their own game. Moving on from that. Cool, right. We can shrinkify me, but of course before we do, I would like to give a subscriber-only benefit. And that subscriber-only benefit is a big double hello. Wow, so wholesome, truly the wholesomeness knows no bounds. In the world of Glass Half Dead, what is a double hello? It's a pleasantry given to you twice, and who wouldn't want that? Okay, so very clearly, Jesus, all right. Oh, it's Freudian slip there, lads. Very clearly, we have a Raptor and a they're called a Celestian or a Celestiant. It's GW, so it's probably the stupider one, so it's probably Celestiant. No, it's Celestian, I'm sure. In case you don't know, the Celestians are a group of bodyguard-like units from the Sisters of Battle, the Adeptus Sororitas. They are an existing unit. They all have shields, and then the leader will come with a power sword or power mace, I think, and you can equip the... Wait, no, that's not right. They can come with a sword in some form, a mace, and halberds. Okay, those are your three loadout options. They don't get any pistols, they don't get anything like that. Cool. And then the Raptors are an old kit that everybody agreed needed to be redone, and it would appear that they are now being redone as a kill team, which makes perfect sense. I think we can all agree. There are different types of kill teams. You get kind of space weirdos, or you get mini 40k. I've got to be honest, in general, I like mini 40k. Like, I like that my unit is just kind of a hyped up version of a 40k unit. That really, I like that. So the fact that I will be able to build, presumably, the Celestians and the Raptors. And yeah, they're going to have funky special arms and maybe, if we're lucky, a head swap. But they're basically just then still usable in 40k as that basic unit. I actually like that. It's doing your guys on a specialist level, and I think that's cool. Let's have a look at what any of the details here actually say. That's the wrong way. Here we go. Right, let's zoom in a smidge. So somebody just ran this through Google Translate. So we have the Celestial Insidiators, and we have the Assassin Wing. Okay, Assassin Wing, in case you don't know, are Raptors. They are a jump pack troop for the Chaos, not Legionary, that's the kill team, Chaos Space Marines. And then Celestial Indicators obviously are just, they are a specialized version of the Celestians, whatever they're called. We see that they are called Assassin Wing, Celestial Insidiators, registration with Python. I don't know what that means. Okay. Shadow of Death, Walk in the Shadows, Command Rules, Missions, Structures, SCA. Okay, all right, interesting. I'm just reading through the words on the page because there's nothing else to say, really, is there? This is the leak. I would say an interesting thing to keep in mind is that because, again, whether this is real or not, we don't know, but because it hasn't, normally when leaks come out, we know roughly when they're coming. So whether that's in 40k, we know the next codex is the Eldar Codex, and the Eldar Codex gets a huge leak, right? Or we know the next codex is World Eaters, and the World Eaters Codex gets a huge leak, right? That's normally how things go. We know the next Primarch release is Angron, Angron gets a huge leak. Fine. This is coming out of nowhere. Normally, when a leak like this occurs, we know when something is coming. So, for example, when my Discord said, "Oh, Andy, there's leaks. Have you seen them?" I assumed we were getting Tomb World leaks. I assumed that somebody had gotten a hold of the book and posted it. And that would track. It would make sense. It would be like, okay, we know that Tomb World is next. So that is confirmed. And if somebody then goes ahead and posts stuff about Tomb World or the Canoptic Court or the Death Watch, we know it's coming, right? We do not know when whatever this is, Walk in the Shadows, is coming. It might be the next box. It might come straight after Tomb World, or this could be the one after that, or it could be something from the following season. We have absolutely no way of knowing. Certainly looking at this, like the Shadow of Death, Walk in the Shadows, nothing about this. And like, what's this? This looks like a picture of Vulcus. They're not, or is that Tomb World? Can we see? Oh, I should probably swap back to the previous one, right? That just looks like Vulcus to me. So this doesn't look like it's, like nothing here says this is happening in a Necron Tomb World, right? If I could zoom in more on this does just look like Vulcus, I'm going to be honest. But if we could zoom in more, maybe we'd see a new piece of terrain as well. And nothing is telling us what's coming in this box. We don't know if it's happening in the Tomb World season or the season after that. We have no clue when this is coming. And that is pretty cool, I've got to be honest. You know, it's one of the purest, most genuine leaks, because it might still be totally made up, right? And we don't even have it confirmed by GW that it's releasing, which is really quite interesting. Very quickly though, how are you vibing? So first things first, when it comes to the Sacrosancts, what are they called? Sorry. Celestial Insidiators, I meant. I apologise. How are you feeling about them? First things first, great. The Adeptus Sororitas need their power armor team. Don't get me wrong, Sanctifiers are fine, I guess, but they're space weirdos, aren't they? They're not what people want to play. Let's be honest. Like Blood and Zeal is the box that is the first box for Kill Team that I could still find on shelves a month after it was released. Okay? I'm just saying. Now, finally, The Adeptus Sororitas get their own actual power armor team. That's really cool. And they didn't go Battle Sisters. They went the awesome ladies. So this is really cool. Like, I'm very psyched for them. But it does mean, are we getting a full set of everybody has shields? An entire team that double parries and has power armor? Now, obviously, we've just had Dueler removed from the game because that was ridiculous. But I think it's quite different because, of course, Dueler, that's on a 16 wound model. 16? 14. I'm very good at this game. That's on a 14 wound model. This would only be on an 8 wound model. How many models are we going to get? If I had to guess, if it's a full team of power armored with a shield, so there'd probably be 2 up saves, right? 3 up for the power armor, plus 1 for the shield. Double blocking. Maybe even fights first. That sounds insane. They can't have all of that. But something has to give there. Team with power swords. But they're only 8 health. So they are still killable, unlike the 14 wound Marines, which are unkillable when they can double parry. That's very cool. And they will, of course, still have some sort of faith mechanic in some form. We don't know what. It won't be acts of faith from Novitiates, but it will be a similar thing. And maybe we'll be able to equip them out. You could either go... So you always get the shield, obviously. Or maybe not, obviously, right? But they're the bodyguard unit. That's their thing. And so you need a shield, really. But maybe you don't have to take their halberd, their mace, or their power sword. Maybe you can take a flame pistol, something like that. Maybe you can go flamers. That is very Adeptus Sororitas coded. Cool. Sounds good. And then we can assume there'd be a little bit more elite. We can assume there'd be a 9 or maybe even an 8 model team if they're going so hard into the double blocks. Raptors. I'm calling it now. 5 model elite team. Now, if you just watched my last video where I said, guys, there's no way that elites in general are going to 5 models. Deathwatch gets to be 5 models because they are better than regular Marines. But you know what? To have Raptors still be Raptors, aka have a jump pack, and still just be Marines, I think that has to be a 5 model team as well. Otherwise, what do you... let's just imagine, hypothetically, they are just Nemesis Claw. They're just straight Nemesis Claw, but they have jump packs. What will jump packs be? They will either be Vespid Fly, which means it's a straight up teleport, probably at 7 inches if I had to guess. Or it will be the slightly lamer version of Fly, which is no climb costs more than 2 inches. Or maybe it'll be more like Harlequin Flip Belts, where no climb costs more than 1 inch, right? You can't just have the same base team, but with better movement. So I reckon they have to be a 5 model team. That is pretty darn cool. So there you go, everybody. Hey, drop me a message. First things, do you think this is real? Or do you think this is an elaborate prank? I think it's real. I'm not saying this is going to be the next box that releases. There's nothing that indicates that. But you know what? The artwork isn't tricking me. This could all be relatively easily photoshopped. It's actually just the symbols. It's the symbols for the teams that makes me think, oh yeah, you know what? That's probably legit. The rest of it, you could fake it. It's just a bit of text. But there you go. Very cool. So let me know, do you think it's legit? And then also, if you are an Adeptus Sororitas player, how do you feel about this? You finally get your power armor team. If you are a Chaos Space Marine player, how do you feel about getting this as the next Chaos Space Marine team? I think, for me, these are 2 great picks. I'm very happy to see these because I think both of them are needed. If you consider what we're losing in this edition, we're losing the Novitiates, they're gone. We're losing Legionary, they're gone. What do you do to replace them? Thank you for watching, everybody. If you made it to the end of the video, I'd like to give you a big triple hello. Leave that comment, leave that subscribe. I have affiliate links if you like what I do here. Always click somebody's affiliate link anytime you buy Warhammer. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.